Welcome to another episode of the Montreal Marketeers podcast.
I like the name.
You like the name?
Yeah, I like the name.
I like Montreal Promos. I think the name's pretty good.
I think it's MTL Promos.
MTL Promos.
So there's a thing with Vince where you can't name any name possible in the world.
Oh, yeah?
You messed it up yesterday.
I always managed to tweak it somehow.
Yeah.
That's good. Steve Daniel. That's it. That's it.
I am Steve Daniels.
No, you see, he fucks up. You added an S at the
I
end.
know, that's what I'm telling you. He just doesn't like to speak well.
Steve. So tell us about yourself. Why are we here today?
Myself, Steve Daniel, social media consultant. I do speeches. I eat a lot. I travel a lot. I'm just a guy living the life. So sometimes I just like to say that I'm a professional chiller.
Nice.
You know, I get paid to chill. That's it.
So, when did this whole focusing on the professional chiller start? I'm assuming that when you were younger, you didn't just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill out over here. I'm sure it wasn't always at that point. So where did you start off?
So it started probably, I would say, 8 years ago. I started working on social media with some friends. You had clients I was a client in Vegas, so I was managing like Instagram and stuff like that. And then everything stopped for a while. So fast forward, like let's say 5 years later. Done university. I did my bachelor in human relations.
Okay.
I bought my house. I bought a car. I had a 9 to 5. Like I was like, shit. I'm 25 and I guess my life is figured out.
Yeah, you made it basically.
Yeah, you know, at 25 I was like, yo, I'm good. And then I was just like, you know what? That sucks.
Yeah.
So then I ended up quitting my job and I was like, you know what? I want to be able to, because I love to chill. And for me, chilling is like meet with some friends, travel, go to restaurants, stuff like that. So I wanted to be able to do that on a full-time, basis,
So pure enjoying life 24/7.
That's it.
The way you want it.
Exactly.
Why did you feel you made it though? Is it because of how your parents had an expectation out of you and it's drilled into you and it's like, oh, I finally reached what they always wanted from me?
Exactly.
And then, what made you what's the point where you're like, this is not what I want?
Well, I see life more like a game, and those are like milestones in your life. Okay, you have to get your diploma, you have to land a good job, you have to land your car, get a house. What's the next step after, guys?
Get
married?
Get married, have kids.
Yeah. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Become grandparents, I guess.
That's the way life is going.
Yeah.
So once you're at the point where I don't want to get married right now, I don't want to have kids.
Yeah.
What do you do? Because that's something, when you have the same routine ever. I had that routine for like 3 years. I was like, yo, I'm out. I want to enjoy life more. So that was the point where I realized that I think those are like the life milestone that people, like the society implants to you, you have to have a good job and all that. So
and you achieved it fast too. It's not
man. And I fucked up too before. Like I went to Sherbrooke University. I failed 5 class out of 5. I was broke. I'm not rich now, but I was fucking broke for a while. So for me to achieve that at 25, I was like, fuck, that's boring, man.
Yeah.
I need some excitement in my life or something,
But was it also like, if you did that at 25, were you thinking like, if I really hustle, what happens at 35? Like 30?
Well,
was that bit of it too? Like, I can really crush this. I can really take this to the next level.
Yeah, a bit like that, but I didn't even think of that, to be honest with you. It was just more like, if I fucked up, I can get back to it, So I just decided to do it. But you're right. I mean, if I was able to do all this stuff before a certain age, I was like, why not?
So, is it, in other words, you basically felt like the fulfillment that you were always trying to reach, you got it, and then nothing was fulfilling anymore?
Yeah, exactly. Totally that.
Okay. So how do you get out of that funk? Like, what was the, you started doing your own thing on side, started focusing.
Exactly.
So how was it you actually go to? Like, how do people are in a similar scenario to you, not necessarily at 25, but at any age, and they're like, I've achieved what I want to achieve. Now I'm just standing there like, okay, what do I do next?
That's true. So basically what it started is that's two things. People sometimes like, I want to quit my job when I have enough savings.
Yeah.
And that's funny because it's a doctor that told me that the other day. It was like, Steve, you quit at the right time. Because when I told him, he's like, Steve, what would have you done differently? And I said, I would have saved up more money before I quit. Because when I quit, I had no savings. And I still have a mortgage to pay, right? I was like, you know what? How much money you wanted? I was like, $50K. If you quit your job and you have $50K in your pocket, it's enough for you to start your business and stuff like that, right? And he was like, for you to have $50K in your pocket as savings, that means that it'll probably gonna take you 2-3 years of working and just save like all your penny because the cost of life is pretty high. And to have 50K means that it's after taxes and all that stuff, right?
It'd still be hard to chill with trying to keep that 50K.
Exactly, right? But that's just like, so for me, to get out of the fun, basically, I was not looking at the money wise. I was more looking at, okay, so I'm working my 9 to 5. What can I do differently for me to be able to quit that 9 to 5? So I started a page called MTLPromos. And at first, when I created MTLPromos, was different. It was just, I wanted to create a client because I do social media, right? So when, let's say you do social media for a company and they ask, who's your client? They expect you to show clients. So I had to fake my first client, and it was MTLPromos.
Yeah.
So I started creating MTLPromos. It went super well for the first 2-3 months. Started getting a lot of shout outs. I was giving away a lot of gift cards. I think the first year I gave away about $1,000 of gift cards for food. And then I started getting invited to events. So now my 9 to 5 was to work at that job. And from 5 to 9, I had to work on my social media. And then I started to go to events. And then the events started to last longer, like 11, you know? So I ended up working 9 to 5, go home for like 5 to 6, take a shower, change, and then every day of the week at an event from 6 to 11. So now I lose time for myself. And I was like, you know what? I have to decide. Is the time for myself at night and I stop the events and all that? Or is it time to myself during the day? So that's how I started. You know, I started with my part-time, getting clients for social media. I was not making as much money as I was during my day job, but I felt like if I quit my day job, I'll have the freedom and I'll be able to get more clients, right? So, and then one day I just like, I didn't expect to quit that day. I was talking about quitting for a while.
Yeah.
I was like, okay guys, fuck it, I'm done, I'm gonna quit. You know, and your wife knows, you know, like for real, for sure, for like a couple of months, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna quit, you know? And then one day, like I went to Portugal for like a week for like the Web Summit, best conference in the world. And I go to Portugal for Web Summit, 60,000 people, and during 3 days, all you see is entrepreneurs with their project. So yeah, a lot of people are like, yeah, I quit everything to start this. This is my idea. And sometimes the idea sucks, but they're happy about what they're doing. And you can feel it in the eyes, right? They're like, yeah, you know, I want to be the next Uber. But it's like, Uber already exists, you know? Lyft already exists, you know? So, but the way that they talk about their project, they seem so much happy about it.
So passion.
But do you feel that the original, like the first step into entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
you talked about, you're like, I want freedom, and you took
Yeah.
that step. Do you think it actually matters if the first project works or not?
No.
Because in the end, like, to me anyways, it's, you learn so much during it, and like, there's no other way to learn it than just to do it, right?
That's so true. It's like going to school, right?
Yeah.
You learn from your mistakes and you have to fail if you want to succeed, right? So that entrepreneur life is the best school, you know? But so, yeah, so as soon as I get back from Portugal, I went to work and I was done. I was like, fuck, man, I'm not even passionate about this job anymore.
Plus, you just came back from Portugal too, which in
Right?
general you're probably pumped.
Exactly.
Like, awesome event. You know, just being in Europe too as well, the culture and so forth.
Exactly.
This is what time of the year? This is
This was November.
November?
Yeah.
Coming here cold.
Yeah.
it can be pretty bad.
It was so
Well,
bad.
no, it's motivation to hustle and get back on
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, so now what happens? You get in the office and what?
And then I get to the office and I last a week and a half. I last a week and a half. And it's like, okay, I'm at work and then the CEO comes, he walks around because I was working salesperson on the road, right?
Okay.
So I was always out of the office. So it's not even I was fed up of working a 9 to 5. I was just fed up of working like
In the
working
environment.
Yeah.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
And then the boss is like, yo, Steve, let's talk. You don't seem down anymore. And you know, that was a cool move from him. So I go to his office. This guy's a super nice office. And we talk for like 45 minutes. And nobody talks, like, you know, nobody talks to this guy for like 45 minutes, right? We talk about this guy. I tell him, like, you know, like, I feel like the team is down. We need better customer service. You know, we need better stuff in that company, you know? He's like, you know, right, Steve, you're right. I love your point of view. You're a hustler. I like that. So then he feels like he had a good talk. I feel like I had a good talk with him. So I leave the office and I'm like, yo, this was a dope talk. I fucking quit. That's perfect. I can quit now. And then I just went on Google. I wrote a resignation letter. I fucking find anything there. Put my name to it. I didn't even read the letter. And then I remember my manager comes to the office. He's like, Steve, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm quitting this job right now. He's like, you joking, right? I'm like, no. And then I print it, sign it, and I give it to him. I'm like, I quit. And he's like, Steve, you're not quitting for real. You must be joking. I was like, well, is he taking me like a joke? Like, I'm quitting for real. And he's like, no, Steve, you're not quitting. And then my other coworker sees the letter. He's like, Steve, that's a good prank. Yeah. So I had to go to the director of sales and like, yo, I quit. And even him didn't believe me. I was like, fuck, I'm out. Like, guys, let me live. Yeah. And then,
well, it shows how much you were part of the team.
Yeah.
Like, it's like...
Yeah. They loved having you, not only because of you, but your output.
Exactly.
Was there, right? Yeah. The ROI of having Steve in that office.
Right?
Was valuable.
For the energy and stuff like that.
Yeah, they didn't want to lose that. And I don't blame them either for trying, right?
Yeah.
But it's funny, it's like, I'm trying.
I tried to quit. I wish I still had that letter, man. I wish it was on my laptop or something. So then, I get another talk with the CEO. He's like, why are you quitting? Like, I thought we had a good talk. I'm like, you know what? I'm working on other projects. Yeah. I feel that one day if I want to get to your level, it's not by working for you. So,
very direct approach to all.
You know, he even say like, I don't feel like you're going to succeed.
So how did you feel about that?
Wow. Vince
is getting excited right now. Vince is getting super excited.
For that. I'll let you.
It was actually an honor. Because somebody that you asked to quit and telling you you're not going to succeed, that's where you should stay, means that you really believe that you're going to succeed. Yeah. He doesn't want to lose you. If it was like, oh, you quit, all right, perfect, peace. I was like, oh, shit. But the fact that he tried to keep me, and then I get another meeting with the CFO, and the CFO is like, how much you want? Steve, how much you want? I'm like, I don't want any number. And that was a big battle with myself. Because I want money. But I was like, I'm good, I'm out. Yeah. So, yeah.
Is there any point after quitting that you're like, did I do the right thing? Like, was there that doubt at that point in your mind? Especially when you're saying they're willing to pay you a lot more to stay. Like, was there ever...
Not really, but there's something with the entrepreneurial life that's fucked up is the fact that you feel a constant feel of depression.
In what sense?
Like, the fact that, you work for yourself, and that's my other friend, Stefan, that told me about that. It's like, when you work for yourself, there's this little anxiety inside of you, depression, that's like in a cage that you cannot let out. The fact that, am I gonna have enough money to survive next month? Yeah. Am I getting the right clients? Am I working on the right thing? And for me, that sense sometimes came out strong, but never to the point where I was like, you know what? I should have stayed in that job. Okay. Like for a fact, I know this job was not for me anymore. Working for someone was not for me anymore. And
is that anxiety also from? Because I'll tie it a bit with MTLPromos. Is
oh, you said it right.
When you're doing
he's learning
day by day. when you're working on a project with a customer or the client, you kill it. You crush in the sense of the customer sees the ROI, he's seen the amount of traffic, and it's quality traffic, and it's converting into sales, whatever the project is. And you're like, dope, that's amazing. Like, I want to do this again. Is it the anxiety comes from, can I do it again and better? Like, do you feel every project that you do better, like, the stress of beating the previous one? And I say this almost like we spoke to someone on the YouTube side where they got 1.2 million views on their video, and they're like, that was the most exciting and the most scariest day of my life.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how do I live up to that now?
It's not even live up. It's like we're talking about a couple of 100,000 per video, and then it's 1.2 million, and then it's I'm never gonna do this again.
That's so true.
And then the next video hits 5,000 views, and he's like, what happened? Like, am I just like pure luck? Was my boss so right? True, yeah. Like that's like, I wonder if that's a bit of the anxiety too.
No, I didn't get the anxiety yet.
No, the question, I guess, to simplify your long ass question.
Usual.
Yeah, it's so direct.
But I have to do it. Shut up. I hope you know that sometimes Vince, I just look at him like, okay, ask your question. So anyways, but do you feel like the pressure to always push yourself higher is what scares you? Because
not even, man.
No, it's more like the
anxiety of
the security blanket. Let's say that's not like now you are your own security blanket, kind of.
That's deep now. It's more the anxiety of, because you said the anxiety of not being able to reach the next step, right? That's what you said.
Yeah. So basically, you get that 1 million views. You're like, oh man, I'm in a different ballgame now. Yeah. You're in that 1 million. That next video, what happened? Like, I personally, as I am, I would if one podcast got 1 million downloads, right?
Well, this one will have 1 million downloads.
There we go.
For sure, easily 1.2, maybe a bit higher.
Yeah.
But But the next one, I'd be like, oh man, I'd get like heart palpitations probably. Just
Yeah.
thinking, how am I gonna like live up to that now?
Yeah, because I think for both ourselves, and why we work together, what drives us is progression.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that we never think we're the best at anything. We always surround ourselves with people that are better than us, and we set goals like, oh, this person did this. We gotta achieve that.
That's good.
And that's like, we always try to push ourselves based on our past, right?
That's good.
But for you, as an entrepreneur, like, does that drive you as well? Like, do you feel like, oh, I'm gonna reach this plateau, I'm happy, or you always have to go like the next
I always
level?
want to get up. I always want to get like further up. But the anxiety is more like, am I at my best? It's more like that's the anxiety. The anxiety of me doing something I said today, and I'm anxious to see like, is that my best? Or like, am I really the best that I can be? And if I'm not, why I'm not the best that I can be, right? So it's more like that kind of anxiety, but also the fact that there's a lot of pressure on my shoulders. Like, if I have to get up and make my own money,
Yeah.
I have to get up and show up. So honestly, entrepreneurship is nice, but there's some stuff I miss from the life that I have, like in the 9 to 5, such as
Yeah.
watching Netflix with no idea of like, oh shit, I should read my emails instead
Yeah.
of like playing video games. Like honestly, if there's one thing I miss the most, it's playing video games. Because I used to work before MTLPromos. I used to work 9 to 5, go home and play NBA 2K for like 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
I haven't played NBA 2K like a year.
Yeah.
You see, like this, like things that I missed, you know. So I feel like once you get into that entrepreneurship life, it's like it's always on, and even it's not even because it has to be. It's because that's like the mindset. So
Yeah.
once you're not on, you feel bad about not being like
It's
working.
it's
you know?
kind of seeing like, if I'm not on, I'm just missing opportunity.
Yeah, like
like
the fear of
it's-
missing out or
yeah.
some stuff like that, or
It's
so
even
weird.
like, even us, like when you're into restaurants too, and I'm assuming when you start off it was all like this. Like when we go, we're like, you know, let's talk to the waiter shits and away, so that we can get to know each other, maybe get an interview with them.
Yeah,
Like it's always like we always have that back of mind mindset of like, we want to get interesting stories. We always have to push for them. And I think like that's, for me, it's like even at night I'm like, oh, I could have said it this way, I could have said it that way, and it just drains all the time
yeah,
because you're always thinking about like, how can I improve?
exactly.
I find that the best, like I heard a few people say this, and the best thinking for me is when I'm not in the podcast or I'm not at my desk. I'm in the shower, let's say, and I'm just like, oh
Yeah.
shit, I could do this. Oh, I just thought of this. Or, you know, it's a funny story. I walked into Marshall's and I saw a pair of underwear I'd never seen before, and I seen that the brand slightly. It's called My Package.
Yeah, I know my
Like,
package.
okay,
I got boxes from my package.
sick.
It's beneath
sick.
apparel now.
Now they changed brand. They rebranded Beneath Apparel.
Yeah.
So I saw this pair of package. Which I tried it on. I described to the owner, the founder of my package. I said it's like angels were to come down and hold my junk.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Like it's so
That's
good.
cool.
So I reached out to my package. Said let's. I want to interview you guys. Like it's so. I find this
did
is
you
one of.
interview them?
Yeah.
What?
This is so,
Yeah.
They
this
give you
is,
free boxes too?
no freebies. No.
These
Come
guys.
on. Come on, no freebies.
they didn't want to take care of your package.
No.
Well, now, like, this brand for us, it was fun because I told Matt, like, I'm really into the product, the brand, I believe in what the guy is doing,
Yeah.
and now we get to interview him.
It's sick.
Where it's like, the last thing I'd want to do is be like, oh, someone's coming out with this product, let's say, underwear sucks, and like, oh yeah, I want to be part of your podcast. We need to have some passion in there.
Yeah.
And for you, I see a lot of passion
Yeah.
when you're doing your posts and you're involved in MTL blog as well. Sorry, MTL promos.
This guy.
Tell you,
Okay.
man. This is
So-
what I have to do. This is why I have to be
Listen,
direct.
so-
Like, this is not a choice.
So what I'm trying to get to right now is your growth
Yeah.
is more than just what you're doing now. I think you don't give yourself enough credit in the sense that you're already thinking like 5 years down the line.
That's true. Yeah.
You have projects in the
That's true.
works,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, like-
a lot of fucking projects.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I miss gaming too. I used to be a big, heavy gamer as well. And the one thing I'd say is like, I miss it, but then again, I wouldn't trade what I'm doing now for it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'm really
But
glad
I
at
think
the
it's not,
path.
I don't think it's the game. I think it's more of like, gaming is just the outlet, but the ability of just letting
Turning
go.
off.
Yeah, and just letting go and just stop thinking about it. And I think it's a lot of the challenges when you're doing your own thing and
Yeah.
you're pushing, is that you tend to forget to refuel.
That's so true.
Like just drain everything out and then get fresh ideas. Like even us, at one point where we were doing our podcast, like we did like 25 episodes and we sat down, we're like, look, why did we do this for at the beginning? like what was our target, what was all our goals, and then we're like, let's write everything out because we're like, clearly something changed, and we said we want to learn how to build a brand because we never had that environment. We want to interview interesting people. We want to this. And we're like, we're interviewing very interesting people, but we're not doing any of the marketing.
Yeah.
And like we're calling ourselves marketeers and we're not doing that work. So we kind of sat back and refuel in the sense of like, let's concentrate on what's important. Let's take a 2-month break.
So true.
Let's get it done. So I feel like that's really the outlet that we were wanting. It's just the...
Yeah. Well, that's something I'm working on. Like, I want to be able to take time off. Last year, the only way I was able to like turn it off was traveling.
Yeah.
So last year I did like 16 trips.
Yeah.
You know, it was the best year of my life.
And it's also the whole chilling thing too falls
because
like
I became a professional chiller, you know?
Yeah.
I got paid to go to Portugal, I got paid to go to Halifax,
yeah.
Mexico, and Chicago.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I made it, you know?
Yeah.
But like I was traveling every second, third week, and for me it was the best time for me to be away from events here and be able to focus more on myself.
Yeah.
You know?
There's another thing I want to bring up because we're talking about things that makes you anxious or nervous.
Yeah.
You're not only an entrepreneur, but you're also an entrepreneur in the public eye.
That's it too, yeah, you're right.
So to me, when we talk about people, there's a big discussion that I have with people often. It's like when you're gonna be yourself, it's the only time you can really welcome true fans, but also true haters.
True.
Like you're not being everybody else, so you're not playing the middle game, but you're really building up the two extremes of what it is. How do you deal with that? Because you're really public. You go on presentations, you actually talk. Like I'm sure the two sides of it come out for you. Like, and how do you deal with that? Does that impact you?
Honestly, I don't feel like I have a lot of haters, you know, so I guess I'm not famous enough yet.
Okay.
I have like 2-3 people that I know that don't like me, but I can point them out.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't care. Okay. Go fuck yourself.
I love it.
But no, like you're right. When you stay yourself and you don't play a game, for me, anyways, I don't have to worry. I'm not anxious about myself because I'm just doing what I would do, right?
Yeah.
But you're right. In terms of being in front of the public eye, there's a lot of stuff that sometimes like shit, you know, like people are looking up sometimes, you know, or like I get approached, I get DMs or stuff like that. I'm like, damn. Like I'm starting to feel like I'm giving more an impact on people that I thought I would, you know. But I don't feel like I have haters, so there's no pressure in terms of that sense, or there's no pressure in terms of be the best in front of others. But the anxious comes still back to, am I the best that I can be?
Okay,
right?
So you always point it down to compare it to yourself.
Exactly.
Like compared to what you know you can do.
Exactly. It's like for me this year is more like 2018 Steve is setting up the success of 2019 Steve.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. I want to start touching on now, because you mentioned a bit on true fans. Right?
Yeah.
You was touching a bit also on, you know, the idea of 1,000 true fans, the value of 1,000 true fans. How would you go about giving someone a recommendation how to build 1,000 true fans? Is it, I'm gonna go buy them, I'm gonna go, you know, take perfect pictures, and my 6-pack.
And we bring this up a lot, and 1,000 true fans is like people that will follow you. Like the people that are always on your life, the people that know everything about you, everything you do. Like
you release a shoe tomorrow, like Gary Vee, let's say, they're gonna buy in.
Honestly, I don't think I have 1,000 true fans. Maybe 50, maybe 100, which is quite a lot still.
Yeah.
But your best way to have 1,000 true fans, and I don't think I'm there yet, to be honest with you.
Oh, whatever the amount. Let's say.
Let's say.
By the way, it's not. We just say 1,000 because the idea is 1,000 true fans.
You can make the most successful business ever.
You can
That's
live
true.
a luxury life.
For
You don't,
sure.
like, people have this intention that like, oh, I need 1 million followers to make. Well, no, you need 1,000 true fans. You can go buy 500,000 fans.
That's so true.
But I need 1,000 true fans.
And not to use this word, but like, not necessarily influencers, but like, you know, when you have the old school marketing chart of like early adopters, usually those early adopters are the 1,000 fans that'll actually take the time to learn about what you're doing and all that and promote you to everybody else.
Honestly, I know I have some true fans because I have some people reaching out to me. And for me, the true fans are either your friends, so you have some friends that support you, but sometimes I value more strangers for some reason or true fans than friends. Because friends, they better be your fans, right? If you're my friend, you better be a fan. So like sculpteur to disqualifier, right?
It goes without saying.
Yeah.
But do you mean in terms of honesty? Like the outside people, they're like,
yeah, outside people, like sometimes like I remember getting DMs of people like, yo, Steve, you're inspiring. And then those people like, they'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then they'll read my blog. And then they'll leave a comment on my blog. Like, this is a good feeling. Like, you're right. Because one day, like, I'm working on some project. One day I'm going to release a product. And I feel like these people are going to buy it, right? So the best way for someone to be able to build their honest audience is, first of all, you have to be able to be on more than one platform. That's something I always say. Don't just be on Instagram. Don't just be on SoundCloud.
Do you mean like do everything?
Don't do everything.
Okay.
But be more than one place. Maybe 3 places, right?
Okay.
So for me, a true fan is somebody that love my Instagram, that love my YouTube channel, and that spend time sometimes to read my blog. Because those are 3 different aspects, you know? So that's for me, that's a true fans, you know?
Yeah.
So to be able to build your true fans, they have to be down with your personality, with your project, and, you know, they can reach out to you, you know?
so you say personality. So,
Yeah, personality is the key.
so basically you're telling people is be authentic.
Totally.
Okay.
Totally.
How do you when you're working with a brand, how do you get that out of them? Like if someone right now, like I'll take us.
You
as
say
an
working as
example.
Brian as a client, you say?
Yeah, in terms of like Montreal Marketeers, you say, okay,
Yeah.
we need some help. You know, what would you say to find out your real brand, your authentic story? I guess you can say. Like,
So-
what would you give as advice?
So I work with a lot of brand strategists, and they always say the brand is what people tell about you when you're out of the room, right?
Yeah.
So right now, how many plays you have? How many downloads you have?
Oh
Is it?
man,
For a podcast, approx?
Let's say it's hard to track, so we'll say like 25 minimum on
Yeah.
SoundCloud.
To
When we
about
release a
100.
video, we start releasing videos on Facebook, 700
yeah,
views, but it's like the stats are a bit messed up. So let's say at a minimum we have probably 25 people listening to every single one.
Okay, that's good. So what I would do for you guys to know more is, first of all, you have your own idea of
Yeah.
what you guys are doing, and then do a survey with people, you know, people that listen to your podcast, and ask them, what do you feel the value, or what do you feel is our mission with its podcast?
Yeah.
And then assess to see if what they can hear and listen
Matches
goes in line with what you guys think, and then build in between, right?
So you're talking about surveys.
Yeah.
You're very big on the social media aspect of it.
Yeah.
What's your take on email marketing?
Oh, email marketing is amazing. I mean, email marketing is something that people will never get away from. I mean, a lot of people say emails are dead, but having someone's email, if you have your own emails list, you're able to go far,
Yeah.
right? I forget the name of that company. There was 2 girls that started it, and they would send email every day with the news in a one-liner. I forgot the name though. But for them, they were able to sell that company and go public for millions of dollars just by getting emails, right? Because with emails, what happened is you hit people directly in their mailbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have access to better analytics, let's say with your MailChimp, so you know what they open, how much time they spend on that email,
Yeah.
how much time they reopen that email. So I feel like email is still something important to track.
Yeah.
But it's tough to build a good email list. Like, it's hard, you know?
So going on general advice for people that want to get into social media marketing.
Yeah.
What are the things that you think are essential? What are the things that you think people mess up?
Yeah.
They put too much importance on? And what are like the hidden gems that you can share with people?
So you want to be able, if you want to be a successful social media marketer or campaign,
Yeah.
the things to do, first of all, is to understand your social media. Like for me, I don't believe that you need to be on social media if you're gonna be a successful social media marketer, but you need to at least understand it well. Because social media right now, something you have to do is you have to look at all the stats that they gave you. So Instagram will give you how many people look at your profile, how many clicks that picture generated,
Yeah.
impression, reach, call to action. So you need to be able to look at all those numbers and be able to develop your campaign better.
Yeah.
So example, you know, I do coffee, like I serve coffee, and I have an Instagram page, right? I post a picture sometimes about my coffee, sometimes I post a picture about somebody holding my coffee, and then the third one is just a promotion. If I look at the stats, and most of the click to website, most of the get directions come from somebody holding that coffee or comes more from that promotion, go with that. Like don't talk about your coffee anymore, just go with that promotion, right? So the things to do if you're gonna be successful is to be able to execute and look at your stats. That's it.
So beforehand, so I'm assuming you put a lot of time in identifying the variable you're going to focus on.
Yeah.
And then you build around that.
Exactly. Well, what's good is all the variables are already there.
No, in the sense that
Right.
now you're switching off. You're saying holding the coffee, just the coffee and promo.
Yeah.
So you're saying how am I presenting my offer, and you're just varying that.
Exactly, right? And then you go
Yeah.
deeper with those numbers, and then it goes with the same with Facebook ads, right? Facebook ads, people do some retargeting and stuff like that, and then it goes the same with Google Analytics, which is fucking amazing when it comes to stats, because you can know the demographics, where they came from, what page you're spending the most of their time. So for me, you want to be successful, look at all those stats. I'm a big guy of stats.
Okay.
Like I could spend a full day looking at stats just to understand how to be better. So those are the things to do.
Okay.
The things to not to do would be more try to be like everybody else. Like don't try to be like let them be who they are and be yourself, because you see that a lot sometimes, like restaurants or stores trying to be like Supreme.
Yeah.
Trying to be like that exclusive, Like it's tough to build a hype that's already
Yes,
exists.
you know what Supreme is?
No.
You know what Supreme is?
I know what Supreme is.
Yeah. So you see, let's say.
It's a very like.
So imagine
branded brand there, like
Okay.
it's like a cool kid brand.
Oh, okay. The brand, the word
It's
itself, or
Supreme.
It's like,
Okay.
you've seen it. It's red, Supreme and white there.
yeah, nice, yeah.
So imagine if Jack and Jones was like, one day we're
Yeah.
gonna get that same hype, we're gonna get
Yeah.
thousands of people line up at their door, so they try to do the same marketing as Supreme.
Yeah.
Come on,
It's not the same. Yeah.
because I feel it's the same quality in terms of
Yeah.
Yeah.
and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So the things to not to do is to not try to copy someone else, to not try to copy other marketing techniques, just try to be yourself. And the hidden gems, honestly, try to be like on the next move, man. Sometimes try to be on the next social media, or try to.
So you're saying in general, just keep an eye out.
Yeah,
Don't forget to
So-
look in the front.
Yeah.
So what's a Steve Daniel move that you're like, oh, let me try this out, and you pull it off, and you're like, oh shit, this actually worked. It's amazing. Do you have any move you could share, or is it?
For me, it was mostly building my own website.
Okay.
So for a while, I was like, I need to build my own website, stevedaniel.ca. I need to build it. Website about what? I just gotta write blogs. That's it. I don't care, bro. I just gotta write blogs.
Yeah.
And honestly, since I built my website, that's why I see more opportunities coming in. I get more discovered. And when I look, let's say, at my YouTube analytics, a lot of the traffic comes from my website. So somebody on Google will write something, will go on my website and then go on my YouTube, or will go on my Instagram. So it's just like,
Everything's all linked.
yeah, exactly. So it works, So for me, the best move I did in the last 6 months was probably to build my website.
And when you say opportunities, you mean like customers or just okay.
Customers. So basically, one of the good examples that I did is last October I did a talk at McGill. Put the link in that podcast.
Yeah.
It was called Feel, How to Network Better. So you want to be able to network better, you have to overcome your fear, you have to bring up energy, you have to enjoy what you're doing, and you have to listen to the other one and talk. That's it. That's the talk in 30 seconds. I did the talk in 10 minutes, right? Or something like that. And then I did a video, put it on my YouTube channel, and then I did an article on my website about that talk and why I feel it's important for people to be able to network better. The same week, maybe 2 weeks later, I got 2 speaking gigs.
Nice.
Line up, paid to talk.
Yeah.
And they came from that.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, that's the best thing to do now, right?
In terms of, you talked a lot about stats, and I think stats is something that people are afraid of to a certain degree, right? Afraid of looking at it sometimes for the results,
sure.
or just like not looking at something that you don't truly understand as well. Do you have any hacks or any tools that you would say, like, to make your life easier, just try to use these 3 tools in your toolbox? And I mean that from saying, some people say use Hootsuite to manage everything. It's going to save you tons of time. It'll cost you X amount of dollars, but you know what? It's well worth it, $20 a month to do that. What are some of the hacks and some of the tools in your toolbox that you do? Yeah.
Honestly, for me, I do it myself, so it's pretty tough to give a tool. Okay. But I just discovered this Quebec company that it's not even famous here. Yeah. And I didn't get the hang of it yet, but my friend did and told me it's like the best thing for stats. Okay. It's called Dash This. So on that website, you put in your Instagram, Facebook, website, stuff like that, and they will send you reports daily if you want about your stats.
That's cool.
Yeah, Dash This. Okay. But honestly, I didn't get the chance to try it fully yet. But if it's really automated stats, I'm happy with that.
That you create a ton of content
Yeah.
every day, every hour.
Yeah.
What would be the keys to success on a good picture
Yeah.
and one for obviously for video as well? So what would you say would make an awesome viral picture for company ABC? You can choose any company you like, and then same goes for video.
So for pictures, and we'll do pictures. One of the best examples for pictures is my page MTLPromos.
Okay.
So on MTLPromos, I always post picture about the city, and I'll be honest with you guys. Sometimes I know which picture will get me the most like. Like I can call it. Like I can even do an example with you guys if you want. I'll post a picture today. I'll choose it. I'll be like, this picture will get the most like more than the last, let's say, 10 pictures. So for MTLPromos, for me, a good picture is a picture that's quality. First of all, the picture is quality.
Quality in terms of
like it looks
lighting.
sharp.
Okay.
It's not blurry. It's not okay.
Because some people still go on Instagram and post some shitty pictures. Like a lot of people go on Instagram and only post pictures from their phones. If you look at my Instagram feed, most of my pictures are taken from my camera.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a difference of.
Yeah, that's something where we're suffering for. Like we gotta up our picture game.
Well, I ended up I bought for personal use as well, but also I'm gonna use it for the podcast as well. But a GoPro.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm like, it's just gonna make life easier, like to be detached.
Yeah.
Right. Just put it in a corner, stick it somewhere, and say, okay, take this angle, take
True.
this video. So just to make life easier, that's great. Now the other side too, which Matt knows very well, I love traveling.
Yeah.
So when I go to, let's say, I'm planning a trip to the Canary Islands.
Vince, it's not a podcast about yourself.
I know. I'm just saying vacation.
There's
No, I
time.
wanna
There's
know.
time here.
I want to know.
Oh.
Plan a
Are you
trip
gonna
to-
bring me?
Yeah.
Oh,
there we
you-
go. There
you know
we
what?
go.
If you bring me
We
all
need
expensive,
someone-
I'll go.
Well,
There we
we
go.
need someone to document the journey.
You know, yeah, bring me. You know.
So that's like I want to use now that GoPro, which I've never used a GoPro before. But I
Okay.
figured, you know what? I just want to document just the fun I have with my wife. You know, visiting different
What
beaches.
are you saying here?
The fun I have, not the fun you want to see.
Oh my God.
Hey!
It's it.
We're live. You see, this is what I got to do.
I mean, his wife is beautiful.
Thank you.
He's documented. Kelly, I'm sorry, Kelly.
I love you, Kelly. And Jen too. Don't be jealous, Jen. And Caro too. Caro, you're amazing.
I can't believe it's true. Because they're like sisters.
Yeah, you gotta watch out.
Yeah.
Who we shout out to this podcast. You gotta watch out.
But,
So anyways, so you're absolutely right.
Quality, yeah.
Quality, like if you have a shitty picture, it's shitty results.
Right, exactly. So quality of the picture is probably, if you want to be able to post a nice picture, quality is good. If MTL Promo doesn't apply to this one, but if you can show some emotions. So most of my best picture is like with a smile or something like that. And then it depends about like, you can go more into the details of this, but like the aspect ratio of everything else included. So for me, let's say on MTL Promos, I have like those 5 photographers that I find that they take the best pictures because first of all, the picture is always clear. There's always like, the buildings are well designed, let's say with a reflection of the light, stuff like that. And when I post their pictures, I know it's like guaranteed like 500-600 likes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I know for a fact. Like I could only post their picture, but I feel bad. So sometimes I have to post their pictures, and then I'm posting other type of people pictures. And for me, the best, why I know this is work is because 2 years ago I was not taking pictures. Not take pictures, but 2 years ago I didn't. And I learned how to take better picture by curating all those photos online on MTL Promos, Toronto Promos, and all that. And sometimes I was posting a picture of myself that I thought I would be good and not getting enough likes until the point where I was like, yeah, this is the perfect picture. And it's a picture of me jumping in front of the Ferris wheel downtown. And I was like, yeah, this picture's gonna be hype. And I posted it and it was hype, right? It was well done, quality, some emotions were in it, but yeah.
So the question would be, if you know that picture is going to be amazing,
Yeah.
why don't you only post those types of pictures?
Well, for MTL Promos, it's different. MTL Promos, I want to be able to include everybody.
Okay.
Because the whole success behind MTL Promos is the fact that it's about Montreal and you can have a picture featured on it. So you're happy. Because
You're part of the
you're part of the community.
yeah.
Right? So for MTL Promos, that's why I have to choose in between the dope photographer and the one that I feel like the pictures, sometimes like the picture is nice, but maybe not for Instagram, but you know what, I'm still gonna post it, So it's just for me to be able to sustain a nice community and that they don't feel that they're not gonna tag hashtag MTL Promos because the picture's not that high. Because when I started, the hashtag MTL Promos was at 0.
Yeah.
Now it's about 47,000 pictures with that hashtag.
It's interesting because we talked about ROI before.
Yeah.
And now your ROI in terms of interaction and all that, but you're also, like the community plays a big role in this too.
Exactly.
And that's why I feel like I think your question before, which you're alluding to about like how do you measure a good picture, a lot of people, and I'm sure brands see this, like you might get a client, I want to get 10,000 likes on this, but it's like, okay, I can pay someone to like it 10,000 times, it's not a problem. So the metrics behind it is not, it's one thing to look at metrics, but to understand the real like business sense behind everything, like the fact that you brought community in it, you can't really measure that, right?
That's so true.
Like you'll measure it by interaction, but you can't say like, well, I did this, so it led to this. It's more like a holistic view.
So true.
So
I find it's a lot of companies think if I do this, I sell 10 more mugs, right?
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, well, not necessarily. You'll get like 100 more people looking who are going to share and possibly engage and may buy 10 mugs each. Who knows? But like months down the line, right? Or their friends might. They don't see that, and it is hard when people say, social media doesn't give you a direct ROI. Yes and no. Like there is value in attention. There is value in me scrolling and seeing you.
Yeah.
Right. And I just searched for making custom mugs.
At the same time, when you're watching a TV commercial, what's the direct ROI? Unless it's like an infomercial where you can buy and you see it right away. Like what is the direct ROI?
I only watch TV commercials. I fast forward through the show with PVR, obviously, right? Fast forward. If I catch, and I pay attention to what I'm fast forwarding, if I catch anything, the rule for me is if I catch anything that's interesting in that glimpse, because a 30-second video you may see 2 frames, 3 frames, if you're fast forwarding it fast, I'll stop and I'll go back and watch it. That's what I do now. It's just a game with myself to see if it was interesting. And some of the ads I've seen today, I find it's very interesting and creative how they integrate their social media platforms into the ads. They don't care about, let's say, the ad itself. They're like, no, come check out this story. I'm not going to tell you what it is right now, but you got to follow us this week to find out next week what's happening on YouTube. And then you're kind of like hooked. Exactly.
I think for us, it's anybody in marketing, it's weird. Because you can say, no one watches TV ads anymore. No one looks at print and ads. I feel like any marketer needs to look at every single one of them.
So true.
Just to see like what are they doing, why are they doing it, and try to like reverse engineer their logic to see if it points. And I feel like we're like the biggest victims of that. Cause every single commercial I watch, and I want to know what's going on. Why do they do it this way?
If I don't understand it, I'm like, why don't I understand it? It's like, am I stupid? Am I missing something out here? Like, I'll even rewind something and be like, they're trying to sell me the hat or the beach vacation. I'm confused what they're trying to tell me right now. And it's just interesting because I'm like, I don't want to make the same mistake.
I think people are going to make fun of the Got Milk commercial where it's something random and at the end it's like, Got Milk? It's like what?
Well, for me, I believe the best thing is product placement. Okay. So the best ads are the way when people do product placement. So I watch a TV show that say Big Brother.
Yeah.
Right? And on Big Brother, they're so good with their product placement.
Yes.
This house is furnished by the brick.
Yeah.
It's like I work at the brick. I'm like, that's the best way. You see the people on that show sitting on the couch, they look comfy. So you want to go to the brick and buy that comfy couch.
Yeah.
But this show got me last week because in that show they did product placement with Wendy's, the restaurant. And like the guest, every week they can get that Wendy's lunch. And I haven't gone to Wendy's for like 6 months, but I swear to God, like
Baconator,
4 or 5 days after watching that show, I was hungry and I was hungry for like a burger. There's McDonald's, Arby's, and McDo is like literally next door. Yeah. I decided to drive 15 more minutes to go to Wendy's because after seeing that show, I was like, I'm craving a Wendy's. So I think product placement is the best thing when the ad is not too obvious about it. Another example I have in my personal life is I have a G7X, the camera, to do vlogs. I didn't even try to sell that camera, but the fact that this is the camera that takes my pictures, this is the camera I use in my vlogs, people see the quality that this camera does photo and videos. Just from that, 7 models of camera got sold around my friends.
Nice.
So before I have friends that they even got camera and stuff like that, now I have 7 other friends that have the same camera as me because it's either on my photos or my vlogs.
Yeah. And it's authentic, right? Because
it's authentic.
It's what you use.
Exactly.
And they see what you're success.
Yeah, it's working.
It's product placement, right?
It's not like exactly. To tie into the video side now.
Yeah.
So what are those elements that are crucial? Like what are we looking at here? If we want to do this video here that we're doing now, what would be your advice?
So for videos, you have to be sure about the quality of your videos. So quality of video, what people see, what people can hear.
Yeah.
And if I go back to the stats all the time, but let's say you do a video. One of the best platforms for that is YouTube. Because YouTube will tell you when people dropped in your video or when people decide to peek in your video. So if you want to be able to do better videos, sometimes some people will say it's not about the quality, it's about the content,
Yeah.
or whatever. You know, the content is such a hard bet because you're betting on virality.
Yeah.
You want your videos to be viral. You're not gonna like this
Yeah.
stuff. But if you're able to put in some great video content, such as the sound is good, the view is good, and the way it's framed and the story behind is still good. Those are all stats that you can control. This is when you can be able to do better videos.
Because even if the content is good, and I think people, even for us, where we're trying to get better at it, it's one thing to have good content,
Yeah.
but how are you pushing it out? How are you getting people's attention?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you're hurting yourself. You're like, you can improve on certain things that just make it easier to do, and like less effort to like.
Yeah.
The reality is this video is going to be 45 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
This is one of the most selfish activities we do. We feel because we want to interview whoever we want to interview,
Yeah.
and ask the questions we want to ask. The reason why we did this is because we liked NPR, how I built this. I don't know if you've ever heard of that podcast.
No.
Awesome podcast. So we said, well, we want to be in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
So we created this.
Oh, that's dope.
And a lot of people like when
so we say like, if you want to, sorry to interrupt, but if you want to,
I'm used to it. It's okay.
if you want to, if you want to listen to this full length, that's cool and all. But we should be giving you like snippets,
Yeah.
20-minute snippets here and there, 5 minutes. You get you engaged, and if you think this episode is good for you, great. Because the reality is, every episode is tailored to slightly a different audience.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Right. So for us, we're creating content. We're learning through the content, but most importantly, we want to make sure that we're driving to the right audience as well.
Yeah.
So okay, and then sorry.
No.
What are you gonna say?
No. It's good.
Okay.
No, I don't train of thought.
Okay. So I wanted to do something different with you today.
Yeah.
In terms of asking questions.
Uh-oh.
Towards the end. I have a few things in mind here. I was thinking of going because I have a really good. We usually end with we ask you a question related to threes because we're always in threes. The marketeers, there's two marketeers, and there's a guest that makes a third marketeer.
That's true.
That's our story,
That's so
right?
true. Yeah.
So I want to do a quick ask and answer type of fire question, and then after I'll ask you towards your vacationing side as well.
Okay.
So just quickly, what's your favorite camera?
The G7X.
Favorite phone?
iPhone 7 Plus. And I just found it, man. I lost that phone for like 3 months.
Yeah.
And then I was using an iPhone 6 and I was not able to be at my best.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the money to buy a new phone. And I lost that phone in January at Fairview parking lot.
Okay.
And this weekend, this guy messaged me. He's like, "Oh, I found your phone."
Nice.
But honestly, I think he had it for like a couple of months. It wasn't like iPhone security is so good. Like the
You
phone is
wasn't able to
blocked.
get through it?
You
Yeah.
cannot get through it. Then I still paid the guy to give it back to me.
Yeah.
Because I need that phone. And right away, as soon as I got that phone, now you see me more on social media.
Yeah.
Like I'm able to be more of myself because
Okay.
of the speed and the quality and shit like that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Favorite vacation spot?
Guatemala was amazing. If you guys have time, go check the Guatemala vlog on my YouTube channel. 8 vlogs of 7 days.
Nice.
Guatemala was amazing.
Favorite piece of apparel you own?
Honestly, that's the best product placement I'm about to have, but my package. My package is amazing,
Now
man.
beneath the barrel. Now beneath the barrel.
Yeah, my package. I have a pair of my package are orange and they're so comfy, man. They're so comfy. It makes a difference, man. I'm walking on clouds.
I love it. I want to ask you if you had the choice to work with anyone. All right, you have to choose.
You already done with your rapid questions?
Yes, I want to do quick because I know you're worried about time.
Okay.
So
Favorite drink?
Favorite
we're gonna
drink.
Continue. Here we go.
Nah, we're gonna go for it.
It depends. If I would have a freaky night.
Favorite drink? We have a freaky night.
Hennessy. It's
Alright.
Oh, nice.
But if it's just like that, honestly, I think ginger ale is probably my
Favorite
favorite.
restaurant to go to when you want a freaky night? Favorite restaurant to impress on?
What's this freaky night
But
business?
he started. I'm like, you're talking about your
Honestly-
favorite family with your wife over here. I don't know. You started all this.
Honestly, my favorite. I'm so cheap sometimes. Well, it's not cheap,
It's-
but my
hey,
favorite
hey.
place is actually a buffet
Okay.
in Vegas.
Okay.
Nice.
At the
Nice.
Cosmo, man. Urban Spoon, I think that's the name. Or Wicked Spoon.
Okay.
So good. Because for me, the best restaurant has to be the best where you get your money worth. So
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with any bullshit waiters. I don't have to deal with anybody else. It's just I take what I want to eat as much as I want to eat and I eat it. So Wicked Spoon, man, in Vegas.
So then
Last one for
on
me.
your freaky night, and after that freaky night, and the breakfast obviously has to come. Where's your favorite breakfast?
Well, my favorite breakfast, if you follow me, is the Frier in the West Island. I'll go there like 4 or 5 times a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
So right now, last question. What's the song that pumps you up in the morning? Right now.
I like that one. Okay, you shocked me.
Holding up for a euro.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
You never heard that?
No.
You have time to put it up.
Yeah, put it up.
Do I have Spotify?
That's a good one. I like that.
No, like a lot of people are surprised because that doesn't look like the song I'll be listening to, but you ever played the game? You see, this comes from the gaming side. Have you ever played the game Saint Row?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a game in Saint Row where the game finished and you have two choices. Either you help the girl and the guy.
Okay.
And there's this little like.
That's 4, right?
I think it's like maybe 3 or 4. And there's this old school song that pops in, like this. That's the video, so I don't know.
That's amazing.
That's my jam, man.
This is the fuck you out. This is for your conference. You go in like,
Honestly,
I'm gonna kill it.
I went to see a comédie musicale 2 days ago at school. It was about Obelix, and one of the songs they did came from this, and I was like, oh my god, I did it! And from that moment, I was like, this show's the best.
It reminds me of Scarface. Game.
Yeah.
Like the tones of the music and stuff.
That's a good song, man.
Yeah.
Holding Out for a Year,
I like
fucking
that.
dope song.
I like that question. That was good. That was one of your best questions, I think.
Okay, Vince, that's your last question.
If you had to choose 3 brands to work with tomorrow,
To work with?
you're gonna help.
In
them
any way or
grow.
any way or another.
Yeah.
Whether you get to represent them, whatever it is.
So for sure, there's our airline. Either Air Canada or Air Transat. Oh, actually, not even British Airline. I took British Airline once, and I felt like they have the dopest instruction video.
Okay.
Like, if you go on YouTube one day, just watch it. It's actually pretty dope.
I love the things that like made you focus.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
video, like that's just legit.
Their video is dope with Mr. Bean and stuff like that. In that
That's
video.
amazing.
Yeah, I gotta watch
Yeah, so British Airline has the dope. So first, I'll go with British Airline. That's one, and then I go with what's around my lifestyle. So second one would be probably McDonald's.
Okay.
Because there's McDonald's everywhere. I love McDonald's. People have like mixed feeling about McDonald's, but honestly, like I think right after this, I might go to McDonald's before my brunch.
Is it a consistency that you like? Like any like you know that wherever you are in the world, it's gonna be good.
Well, because
what you expect.
Exactly, because I'm thinking lifestyle. So for me, if I want to be able to work with any brand, it has to fit my lifestyle. So the lifestyle is I want to be able to be versatile, to go anywhere. I want to be able to eat. I want to be able to travel. So for me, working with an airline is the best. Working with McDonald's is amazing because it's the food, and I love McDonald's. And for clothing, actually, the next one will be clothing because I feel clothing is really important.
Yeah.
And a brand I really like right now is G-Star Raw. And I've already worked with them in the past, and they're super cool.
They're starting to come back. Well.
Like those pants are G-Star. Like my pants are G-Star Raw. And they're like the most comfiest pants.
Okay.
Like I only said my package before because of the guy, but honestly, my favorite piece of apparel is probably my G-Star pants.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to reach out to you, want to work with you, where's the best spot?
I am Steve Daniel on social media. That's it.
That's it?
No S or with S?
Alright?
I said no S or with the S.
Shut up. Shut up.
No, you breathe. And anyone's looking to reach out to you, Instagram. I mean, that's how we kind of
that's true.
It was really quick, really easy.
It's the same name everywhere, so it makes it simple for me.
Yeah.
You know, SteveDaniel.ca or I am Steve Daniel on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere.
Perfect. We'll put the links in there too as well.
Yeah.
Dope.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much
guys.
for your time. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks everybody for listening.
Peace. That was good.